The following program has been rated GE. It's therefore suitable for general viewing.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of cases in the society of people murdering their spouses and their children? What about human beings throwing themselves off buildings? In our universities today, it's a den of crime. Students in drugs, students in habits like homosexuality, which all cuts across in our society today. What do you think? Is there anyone to blame? Do you think it's a major issue in our society? Welcome to the Divulge Show, a show whereby we unmask matters happening in the society, matters which the society shies away from speaking about. And this is a place where we'll journey with you as an individual and largely in the society to find the healing of the soul and the empowerment of the spirit. My name is Kesh Susan, and I will be your host every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11:30 here at Nisi Television, where we transform life through media. Welcome to the Divulge Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kesh Susan, and this is the Divulge Show here at Nisi Television. And I'm telling you, today we're talking about self-esteem. You've heard that word or that, I think it's a two words, all right? You've heard that those words or that statement in the society before, probably when growing up, and now even the age that you're in. It's a word, it's a statement that you keep on hearing. Now talk to us. Let us know what you think about matters self-esteem. What have you heard before when growing up? What have you heard the teachers in the society saying about self-esteem? What do you know about self-esteem? Then let the conversation continue, of course, on all our social media platforms across, that is Nisi Television Kenya. And today I am joined by an amazing author, an amazing woman, a bright, a beautiful, godly woman of high values and high standards. Of course, she's going to help us with the conversation and of course shedding more light and insight in this matter. And I believe that it's going to be of blessing and it's going to be of great value to you at home and even me, Kesh, in the studio. Karibuni sana. Oh, I'm supposed to clap. Karibu sana, Edith. This is your camera. Angalia camera, and then let us know your name. Let us know about you in terms of authorship and everything that you may love us and our viewers to know about you. Karibu. Angalia camera, and then speak to us.
Hey viewers. My name is Edith. Thank you so much, Kesh, for welcoming me in the studio.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm Edith Mudhoni. Najua pale Facebook wananiita Edith Soni. Hata Instagram wananiita Edith Soni. Yeah, that's how they know me. But I'm here. So Edith is professionally, I'm a teacher of English and literature. I'm a writer, as you said. Actually, I've written a book about self-esteem, what we're going to talk about today. And then I'm so passionate about nurturing talents and giving out in the society, reaching out to needy people. Yeah, and that's how I help raise the self-esteem.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It seems like this matter is such a passion for you. Matter self-esteem. Let me wacha nikuweke tu kwa spotlight. Kwa nini matters self-esteem is a major conversation for you?
Okay, for me, it's because I know self-esteem at some point in my life,
Yes.
if I had not taken really good care about it, it would have destroyed me completely. It would have destroyed my dreams,
Yes.
and I would be nothing. But when I learned that I have gotten a high self-esteem, then my life changed completely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the conversation is important to you because it's personal and you share a bit of, personal understanding and, thought towards it, right?
Yeah, a lot of it had affected me a lot, and that's why I decided that it might not be only me who is going through the issues of self-esteem.
Yes.
And sure, people are going through those issues.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And today we're going to have that conversation plain wanasemanga black and white. Na
Yes.
sisi ndio hawa.
Ndio hawa sasa.
All right, Edith.
Yeah.
According to you, from your view, sorry, what is self-esteem?
Okay, mine is just simple. It's self-acceptance. Yeah, do you find your self-worth? That's the question. Yeah. What's your worth?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your worth?
Yeah. That
Wow.
self-image.
Wow.
That self-acceptance. Do you accept who you really are? And let me just be specific.
Yes.
Whether you're short, you're tall, yeah, do you accept yourself?
So self-esteem is self-acceptance.
Yes.
The view of how you see yourself.
Yes.
In terms of ability, in terms of gifting.
Yes.
And the general aspect.
The general.
And we've heard of when we speak about self-esteem, we've heard of low self-esteem and high self-esteem. What's the difference?
Okay, there's a difference because the high self-esteem, let me just say that it's whereby a person,
Yes.
you've really accepted who you really are, like I said in my definition. You've really accepted yourself, and that self-acceptance
Yes.
comes up with so many importance. And while low self-esteem,
Yes.
it's something that completely destroys you, it brings you down. As in, it's a person who lacks, let me use the word confidence.
Yes.
A person who lacks confidence has low self-esteem,
Yes.
because in a way we cannot detach self-confidence with self-esteem. Those are two things we cannot really separate.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Even before we go further, you've said that you've written a book and you've come with it to the studio.
Yeah.
Probably you can view inaitangwaje zoom in ndio
Yeah.
tupate
It's
sasa.
right here.
Yes, and then now we can continue the conversation. So inaitwa Life Beneath My Self-Esteem, right?
Yes.
And probably you can share a bit about the book.
Yeah.
And the story behind writing the book. Yes.
It's very interesting because I wrote the book when I can't really say I was in my highest level of self-esteem.
Yes.
But this book, after writing it, it has really helped me personally, not other people, but it has also helped me now realize who I really am.
Yes.
And this is a book that gives an account of my life from when I was just that little girl.
Yes.
Yeah, up to a time when I realized myself. Yes. And you cannot imagine why I had low self-esteem. It's because I'm short. Yes.
Awesome.
Did you even notice that?
Well, okay. I'm not tall either, so
Yeah.
it's not a bother.
It really affected me personally, just because I was short.
Wow.
When I was in that little girl in class 5, I started being affected when boys would come to me and laugh and call me shorty. Yeah, and basically it really affected me because I felt, am I really different from others? Of which, okay, in real sense, I was the shortest in my class, and it really pushed me down.
So being short was an issue.
Yeah, to me being short was an issue. Actually, not anything else. Yes, and it really, really pushed me down.
Wow.
My self-esteem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So in that line, what are some of the major causes of, let me put it as low self-esteem in the society that probably, the normal mwananchi anapitianga goes through?
Oh, it's very interesting because the question is, who are these people we are always with when we are growing up?
Yes.
These are our parents.
Mm.
Those are the first people we meet when we are growing.
Yes.
Our brothers and sisters. Then, before even we meet our friends, like you see, most of the friendship come when we go to school.
Yes.
Yeah, so these people really shape our self-esteem. And now that's where, if it's not really taken care of, that's where now the issue of low self-esteem comes in. Because if you have a parent who doesn't appreciate you,
Yeah.
just the way you are. By the way, African parents, more specifically Kenyans, I've talked to some of the students and young people, and you realize some of the parents have contributed so much to the low esteem. Where hakuna kitu unaweza, you see. And then friends, when you want to try something new, something amazing.
Yes.
Like I remember when I was in primary school, I had this friend. I tried to sing, by the way. And, and then she told me, Edith, please try something else. You see? And then I was like, oh, really? I can't do that. And then actually I stopped. And I don't think I've tried singing again. You see, the people we live with really shape us. You see, it's as we grow up, we need to be told positive things about ourselves so that we really accept ourselves. But if we are surrounded by people who don't accept us or people who don't tell you something before even you realize yourself, then you realize you can it can really cause that low self-esteem. Other things are now the experiences now we go through our lives. Apart from the people now, we have very painful experiences or those mistakes that you make that can really lower your self-esteem.
For example?
Let me say, for example, the mistake, as a girl child, you get to a point like you mess up. I don't know if you get...
A divulge atusemangi mess up. Divulge tunasemanga hiyo jina.
Let me say, like, most of the girls are brought down by the relationship they get into.
Okay.
Because when someone, by mistake, we don't say by mistake maybe, but you happen to get a kid as a young person, and then that person rejects you. Yeah, and then you really get, as in you start, if you don't have self-acceptance
and stamina,
you just definitely have that low self-esteem towards yourself. You're like, nobody loves me.
Sure. And I believe even childhood traumas. For example, a child who has gone through, let's say, rape, someone who's gone through, has grown up in an environment where the parents are narcissists. You know, a child who saw the father batter the mother and probably even the children, that kind of environment. Teachers, you mentioned that you're a teacher. You know, I'm just in addition to. You find that some I believe age 2 core teachers probably wamekuwa sijui kama ni wazuri, but when we were growing up, it was something else. Will you advise? Will you recommend the manner where teachers were, you know, akitaka correct some character, lazima angetumia some very harsh words, stupid, useless. What do you think about you know, that angle from a teacher and you being one?
Okay, being a teacher and having worked on so many issues about self-esteem, I feel some of the things that we tell students are really demeaning and they lower their self-esteem. And we should be the people to tell them positive things that builds them. I don't want to mention, but I have an instance of whereby a teacher would tell us, if you're getting a D, you'll continue getting a D.
A D even in life.
D, like maybe a certain subject. If maybe you fail and they wanted you to pass, they're like, hey guys, if you're getting a D, you'll continue getting that D, even in your case. So we are like, really? What will happen? So I feel that teachers should be on the forefront to bring the self-esteem. Because in this life, these young ones are getting into drugs actually because of that low self-esteem. And you see, when they take their drugs, now they feel like
Yeah, they're a bit high.
Yeah, they're a bit high and yeah, but it's wrong. We need to be there for them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in school, the correction was before you know it, it's a slap, and you are either you never make it in life, you're useless. And you know, Edith, those words they really go deeper. And even just to not just the teachers, even the parents, or the way you will just address a child, and you want to tell a child that you're not valuable enough simply because you're not able to perform a certain task. Even in a home setup, we find even parents doing the comparison thing. You cannot be like your brother or your sister. Your sister brought an A at home. What's wrong with you? And probably the child is a DJ. The child was meant to be a DJ. Unasumbua mtoto kwa nini na siwache brother yake akuwa daktari. You know, like, please, we should appreciate that difference in us. And I feel that, or for me, looking at the subject self-esteem, Edith, these matters, they really begin from a very young age.
Yeah.
I think you'll agree as a professional.
Yeah.
Kiswahili wanasema samaki mkunje angali mbichi.
Angali mbichi.
So if we really want to in line with the causes of self-esteem, the causes of low self-esteem or even high self-esteem, at that young age, I believe is where we need to look to emphasize more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I believe also later I can come to, let's say people grow up and they get accidents.
Yeah.
And then probably they lose a part of their body. And they don't feel worthy enough, important enough, beautiful enough. And that can trigger to match a self-esteem. What can you add in line with that?
Okay, my point is that when you see these kids, we should nurture them as they grow up. Yes. Because, let me just give my example. If at some point I did not realize, my self-esteem would be damaged for life. And that's why I feel like you're saying, the young kids that we have back in school or at home, or even you see even high school, not that they have grown so much, we need to take time and try to bring them up, try to tell them positive things that really raise their self-esteem. Because I cannot imagine that maybe you at your age, maybe you get to a certain level and then something really you didn't expect in life happens. It is hard to handle it if you didn't you didn't try to deal with it when at a very young age. Let me give another example. Yes. I have handled with I'm a mother. Yeah, I have a son. Let me say my boy was shy like me. In my book, I started by saying I was a very shy girl. So I gave birth to a young boy who was shy like me. And I was like, now, how do I help my son raise his confidence and esteem and find that he's that man, that's someone important in the society. I just had to try and find out what is it that he loves so much. And I realized that he loves drawing. And I started nurturing that talent. I'm telling you, that boy is not the same again. So I feel that we cannot only help them through talking, but let's support them through what they are doing, because this is a changing world. We cannot approach them and start telling them harsh words like we used to be told. Because they are watching the televisions, they are watching movies, and they compare themselves with those kids, the American kids who are being told good things. We cannot get there. Hey, daddy. Yes. But I'm not saying we call them daddy or what, but let's try now to show them that they can. Exactly. That they can do it. They can do it. Let's not try to discourage them from doing what they love. Let's, we as parents, let's stop as in relying so much on books without knowing what else does this kid know. What else can he or she do apart from just
Yes.
reading? Because you find even yourself, it's not every time you're in books.
True.
There's something you feel that, oh, I need to refresh. Let me get somewhere and do something.
Yes.
Like when I'm reading, I know Edith can write. Let me continue writing my
Yes.
books and my poems, you see. Yeah.
Is that what you generally term as affirmation?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
And I believe also when it comes to, before we used to say the girl child, but also the boy child is very key. The place of verbal affirmation, you know, in line now with as we continue to list the causes of low self-esteem, where we've missed a lot when it comes to verbal affirmation, whereby it's Edith who is a 7-year-old, and I'm telling you, Edith, I like your height. Oh, you are the most beautiful woman under the sun.
Yes.
You're okay the way you are.
Yes.
And as a parent, as a teacher, as as I'm okay with you. You look nice.
Yes.
God created you that way. And like in our society yetu, in fact even kwa age yetu tunafanya nini, tunasaiba bull.
Yeah.
You go to on Facebook,
Yeah.
and verbally you want to destroy someone's image and portray a very negative image about someone.
Yeah.
So what can you say about verbal affirmation, more so when it comes to even the adult, how you speak to people and how you I'm not sure if it's massaging their self-esteem, but how you want to convey that they're important and valuable in the society. Verbal affirmation.
Yeah, wacha niseme, like you're saying verbal affirmation.
Yes.
Words that you use to tell, as in to speak to people, they matter a lot. The word that you say to a person,
Yes.
it really matters. And I'll not just say much about that verbal affirmation.
Yes, yes.
But let me remember one of my life coaches. He told me that actually that changed my life completely. You see, every day it's like we are battling with self-esteem. You know that.
Yes, yes.
It's not like
A one
day battle.
And then
like maybe today I can come with my hair and I'm feeling like I think there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You see, like for ladies we get disturbed because of little things.
True.
And then this person just told me, you are enough. And that's what I'm saying to you. You are enough. Just the way you are, whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to do, you are enough. And about the cyberbullying,
Yes.
You need to know you're enough, so that even that person on Facebook who comes and tells you and makes fun of maybe your photos or comment something bad, you're able to know you're enough.
Yes.
You don't need someone's opinion. You don't need people to tell you, Kesh, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You already know you're
I know.
beautiful. Yes. you don't need people to tell you.
Yes.
If you feel you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And I'll say that you define yourself.
Yes.
Don't let people define you. And actually something funny, if you let people define you, eventually you realize it is you who allowed them to define you. In which case, you're supposed to like define yourself, and then your self-definition is what people will know. Like you just walk and say, I'm beautiful. I know I can do this. I know I will make to this point in life.
Yes.
Then who is there to say you can't? And even if they say you can't, they cannot change yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They cannot change you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
One of the mentors that I know said, if God wanted God cared about opinions sana, angekuumba na alafu a stick birol na notebook hapa on your back so that as you're walking, people can have the right of writing what they think. But you don't have a pen and a notebook at your back. Is it at your back or on your back, where people can? So you keep on focusing and believing in what God has said that you are, and what generally is right. There is the right belief and the right mentality about self. What are some of the signs of self low self-esteem, let's start with that. And then we go to high self-esteem, because, you know, Edith, we live in a society where we mask a lot.
Yes,
A
yes.
lot.
We
I
do
posted
that.
something today on Facebook, and this is what I said. I said, it's very interesting to realize that a bully in school or at work can be struggling with low self-esteem. But physically, they look like they are the ones who have the say in class.
Yeah.
Nimesema mnyamaze. You know, na kila mtu ana, you know, the bullies in school, the
Yes.
got tunawaogopa.
Yes.
But bully kikana counselor ako like, there is something, this bully is struggling with low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Na sisi huku tuko like, by the way, if you want someone, an example of someone who is working in high self-esteem, we'll point person X and person Y.
Yeah.
So how can we know that someone is struggling or has low self-esteem issues?
Actually, you're just saying it right. For example, bullies.
Yes.
Okay, that's being a bully. It means you have issues with yourself. You know, you're supposed to be someone who cares about others.
Yes.
But why is it that you're too harsh on them? So one way to know a person with low self-esteem is that they are so harsh. And they say things that really hurt others. And not because they are really doing that for the sake of that hurting, but they are doing it for themselves so that they feel better actually.
Okay.
Yes.
So number one,
So-
they how to identify someone with low self-esteem?
Yes.
They're generally
So harsh.
so harsh.
And so hurtful, as in they say hurting words towards other people. They're not
They
care.
don't mind about
Yeah,
people's
they don't
emotions.
mind about people's
Okay,
emotions. Yeah, another way someone with low self-esteem, at some point they can withdraw from people.
Okay.
Yes.
That is physical withdrawal.
Yes, especially now you realize. You see now, like I said, we battle with self-esteem every time.
Yes.
So it's not something, you can be a person who is brought up with very high self-esteem, but then when you realize someone has withdrawn from other people,
okay.
he's battling up with something. Yeah. Yeah, so that's something else to check.
Yes.
That withdrawal. And now that's where the danger comes in,
Yes.
because the withdrawal now leads you to get into depression. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, I believe Edith, now with this, you individually, right? You've mentioned about your height.
Yes.
Let me nikuweke tu kwa spotlight kidogo. Growing up, was there no one or was there anyone to speak matters about your height to you, or you just in your growing up you realize, by the way, I am short, and no one really told you the opposite, that you know what, you're short and that's okay? What is your story?
Okay. Okay, I was talking about my childhood, but of course in my adulthood, at least at some point I will share maybe. But now, starting with the issue of self-esteem and why actually I focus on the topic, it's because just my height. Let me say I did not realize, okay, but I realized it from friends.
Yes.
Because they would come in, hebu tusimame hapa tuone nani mrefu,
okay.
unaona? And then I would happen to be
The
the
shortest.
shortest. And they were like, really? And then they're like, hey, you did nie short kabisa. Ama wanaanza kuniita kashoti.
Yeah.
You see? And then I'm like, really? You cannot say anything better about me. You cannot even say I'm
They're
beautiful.
body shaming.
Yeah, people do a lot of body shaming.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying even to date people call me tall. No. Actually.
Haukurefuka.
Sikurefuka.
But there's something about your mentality that you changed.
Yeah, but I changed my mind. Imagine
The way
it's
you
all,
see
it's
yourself.
all in the mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how short or tall you are, but it's all in the mind, because I told myself, okay, no matter how short I am,
Yeah.
I'll still make it in my life. No matter how short I am, I will work with tall people.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and definitely that's how I was.
Have you
able
interacted
to-
with people who are struggling with self-acceptance? Probably their skin color, body size, ingine ni nini, academic level.
Yeah,
Somebody who feel, you know what, I'm not educated enough.
yeah.
Actually, I've interacted with people. You want to offer them, on your end, you feel they can do it, but they feel, but they will tell you openly, it's just Oma. You know, have you interacted with people for one reason or another, they will want to amplify something about them that it's true or not true, but it kind of pushes them away from life opportunities.
Yeah, it really does. Like, it's not far away. I was speaking to someone
Yes.
about the academic level, and someone tells me, Edith, I'm already 40. How do you expect me to go and complete my course?
Yes.
But I say some things we just limit ourselves through our mind, because who said at 40 you cannot go to class and complete your course?
Exactly.
You see, we are like, we limit ourselves.
Yeah.
Then you meet like the student I teach.
Yes. Yeah, you can share with them, because now
Yes.
you interact a lot. In school, people bleach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've interacted with boys who've got very many issues.
Yes.
First of all, their background, where they're coming from. Someone does not accept, maybe they're struggling financially, and they find it as a limitation to for them to get to better heights.
Yes.
Other people, they struggle with their height, like me.
Yes.
Like, teacher, these guys are saying I'm short.
Now, kwanza, the issue of height, also to men, it's major.
We've dealt even with issues of voice. I'm still battling with some issues of voice, because you see,
a man has the
not so deep.
the soprano. Oh, you see,
Okay. I don't.
Well,
I don't really want to call it soprano, but the point is, okay, you see, they're growing, and when I tell them they're adolescent, they get mad at me. But even you, Kesh, when you're in adolescent, did you even know you're in adolescent? You didn't
lakini
know.
nilikuwa na bado naongea na base.
Na hata ikosi yako bado hujaisha.
Nilikuwa naitwa head boy shule. Watu walikuwa wananibully.
But you see, I love your confidence. If that didn't affect you.
Hata ukiita head boy huwezi nibully. Mimi ndo bully.
You see now.
Yes.
Like, now you believe it's Kesh.
Now it's my voice. Deal with it. Yeah.
You accept it's your voice and actually do something with it. And I love the way you sing, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, like at some point I also had a very sharp voice, and then people used to imitate me. But you see now, these small things,
Yes.
you have to deal with them, because they're just too small to make you not live a happy life. Yes. Or they are too small to make you feel uncomfortable with people.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. So cases of, I'm not important enough because I've grown up in a single parent environment. I'm not important enough because I'm an orphan, and I didn't have a lot of privileges when I was growing up. I'm not important because I am too slim or I'm too big. I'm not important enough because I'm too dark, I'm not important enough because my father could or my guardian could only afford to pay academic the school fees till form 4 or class 8. Ama hata sikuingia shule kabisa. I'm not important enough because I sijui mtu wetu, mimi ni mimi under the sun, and my family members died in some funny or very bad cases.
Yeah.
I'm not important enough because I'm not educated. I'm not, and the list continues.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to say is there is nothing that is too bad that should that also something that happened to me and I don't have control. For example, I don't have control of my skin color.
Yeah.
I don't have control over my height. I was preaching somewhere and I told them, vertically is God, horizontally ni bidii yako. Tusisumbuane.
Sure.
So hauna bidii ama kwa una bidii, tutajua by the results.
Yeah, definitely.
So as long as so if I cannot correct something, I have no business permitting that thing to weigh me down.
Yeah.
I can't go back and correct something about my family members. I cannot go back and correct something about my, things that keep on troubling.
Yeah.
And I wish that I lost. For example, you've mentioned something about messing up.
Yeah.
You are a young girl and you know very well probably get married by this age, and then by, let's say, age 12, I get pregnant, and I walk around feeling as if the girls who are getting married at 30 are they are now the women.
A very big thing out of a very small mistake that you do. And out of like all the issues we are talking about, background,
Yes.
family, skin color, shape, height,
Yes.
people can really make a big thing of those things, and
Yes.
they are too small for you. This is what I say even in my
Yes.
book. Change what you can, but accept what you cannot change. I think those are words by Maya. Yeah, you change what you can.
Yes.
And if you can't change my height, then you live with it and
Yes.
accept and actually walk majestically. And
Yes.
if you, this is what actually you do. If you can change about your weight,
Yes.
if you're uncomfortable about your weight, change that.
Go and work out.
You go and work out. Like basically, I grew up a kapumpum when I was a small girl.
Yes.
And then now being short and kapumpum was really tough. So I really had to work out.
Yes.
And I cannot say maybe I have really acquired the perfection. You see, we always want that perfection. Human beings, we are
Yes.
funny. But the truth is, let us just accept
Yeah.
what we cannot change. Basically, if I can talk about the background, I know of people who have changed their background because they believed, they accepted, yes, I'm from a poor background, but I need to work hard and get my family out of that.
Yes, exactly.
Those are things we can work on.
Yes.
Things to do with, like we have said, the weight. Yes, go work out every day.
Yes.
And by the way, as in make some things your habit. If you want maybe to maintain a healthy lifestyle, working out, like eating well, you see. If those are things that are disturbing you, you can work on. But things to do with skin color, things to do with height, just leave them.
Yeah.
Because it's something that is permanent. Oh my God.
I think
Some
we will.
people even
Yes.
talk about their shape of the head. I speak to these small girls, like I love speaking to class 7 and 8.
Dental formula, the nose.
And they're like, teacher, you know, they're laughing at me because my hair is not long. And I'm like, really? But you see, I understand them because
Yeah.
that is where we are all coming from. Like we need to be told by our classmates, by our friends that you look amazing.
Yes.
You know, we want that something to be told something so nice. Like you just smile and be happy. At
Yes.
some point in life, we want that. But now it's now that age.
Yeah.
But at our age, like now, we need now to really know ourselves and accept that I'm like this, and I need to accept.
Yes.
I need to, if God said you are fearfully and wonderfully made,
Yes.
nobody should bring you down about that. You see, yeah. And the word is, you are enough, Kesh.
Amazing.
You are enough. Like that's the word.
Amen.
Yes.
You are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
So fearfully. Ladies and gentlemen, see you after the short break.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of cases in the society of people murdering their spouses and their children? What about human beings throwing themselves off buildings? In our universities today, it's a den of crime. Students in drugs, students in habits like homosexuality, which also cuts across in our society today. What do you think? Is there anyone to blame? Do you think it's a major issue in our society? Welcome to the Divulge Show, a show whereby we unmask matters happening in the society, matters which the society shies away from speaking about. And this is a place where we'll journey with you as an individual and largely in the society to find the healing of the soul and the empowerment of the spirit. My name is Kesh Susan, and I will be your host every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11:30 here at Nisi Television, where we transform life through media. Welcome to the Divulge Show.
Greeting. Welcome to Atmos Property Management Company. We're happy to introduce to you Atmos Property Management. We are a one-stop shop for property management solution. We exist to offer exceptional property management services, connecting tenants to well-managed residential houses for both family and individuals. We know that property investors seek to have a trustworthy partners to manage their properties investments, while tenants expect to have a place to call home and a serene environment to live in. We as Atmos Property Management, we are here to ensure that you are catered for.
Our value is utmost honesty, integrity, utmost commitment, true service, utmost care to our clients and properties, utmost competence, professionalism, utmost collaboration, unity of purpose. We offer a variety of services including rent collection, timely and consistent collection and remittance to landlords, filling vacancies, ensuring full occupancy for your property, tenants management, meeting tenant needs and ensuring your investment utilization is in order, market appraisal and information scanning to ensure our clients are in the know in regard to what's happening which has potential to impact property owners in any way. We are located at Daniel Stephen Memorial Center Building, room number RC3, second floor, opposite Kahawa West City Council Market.
Hello. Jetagwa Naomi Karaja, gũcerete gũkũ kwa Fortune Gardens nĩ tondũ nĩ manyendeirie niĩ mũgũnda, ngũgĩrĩte taito yakwa, ndacoka ndakora mena mĩgũnda ĩngĩ kũrĩa Joska, Matu, Mala. Actually, ndarora mwena wakwa ndĩrona haha hena cukuru nene mũno, ndarora ngona bypass, ndarora ngona kũndũ gũkũ kwĩna nginya thitima, kwĩna nginya maĩ.
Fortune Gardens, Jinwena plot, ni marakurehera plot cia 50 by 100. Marakwenderia na thogora wa ciringi 159. Plot ici ciothe ciena ready title deeds, oro ũndũmwe na discounts. Wagũra plot mwena wa Joska Sunshine, Mala, ona kana Matu, ũraheo iheo ta shopping vouchers, ona kana school fees vouchers cia next term.
Kwoguo rĩ, tũgacererwo mĩgũnda hot, mĩgũnda ĩrendio nĩ Fortune Gardens.
Mahũrĩre thimũ namba 0714 717777 kana 0727 779777. Ona ningĩ no macerere wabici-inĩ ciao mwena wa Ruai, nyũmba-inĩ ya Bena House, kũrigania na wabici cia Kenya Power gũkũ Nairobi. Fortune Gardens, Jinwena plot, uinuke uangaze.
Karibuni sana. Before we continue the conversation, and na Favor Charles anasema Cash K Susan, great show. Someone is saying, Peter is saying he's tuned, bro Louis anasema tuned in. Kuna Louis ananiambia no money to divulge. So kuna mtu Elizabeth Kiniu anasema watching live, great show. Big up Elizabeth. We have bro Sami Kabugi anasema watching from Kikuyu, anasema this is a show that I don't want to miss. And then we have Maureen Mbabu. I hope I read it right. But Mbabu.
Yeah.
Tuned. Go girl, you got this. Then we have a few people waliniambia ukata kubiga kwa case. We have Fabi the CEO of Heart of a Generation, anasema Riru, well represented. We have psychologist Sami, and also anasema Kikuyu is locked. So, and of course, our great list. Now, when you were coming up, you're coming out of the issues of life and all that. Can you give us some of the ways you dealt with personal struggles when it comes to, when it matters self-esteem, that is, the place of, you've mentioned your height.
Yeah.
Now the individual experiences.
Yes.
Yes. So, how did you come out, and what was your greatest motivation? What was going on in that season? Were you crying at night? What was happening to you generally? Yes.
Okay, Kesh and my viewers, thank you. Yeah, let me begin by talking about where the issue about self-esteem started. And as I said, it was all about my height when I was a small girl.
Yes.
I had a problem with my height, and then the worst thing, I was shy.
Okay.
I was very shy. I would not even look at you straight in the eyes like I'm doing.
Yes.
I'll just hide my face. Whenever I met any person along the way.
Probably, can we get to know what was the cause of you being shy?
Okay, about being shy, I think at some point it's maybe a lack of exposure.
Okay.
At the beginning of it, or because people don't give you a chance to speak out. Maybe they are always turning you down. Maybe
that
to
is
speak.
growing up. That is in your toddler age.
Yes.
In class.
Yes, that is beginning from class 3. That's when someone tries to speak up.
Yes.
But then I wouldn't speak up.
The funny talkative characters, they will want to speak everything.
Yes. I wouldn't speak because I was shy. I was that kid who would never raise a hand in class.
Okay.
I'm that person who would not speak to people. And I said, a person with low self-esteem, they withdraw from people.
Yes.
You remember me saying that? Yeah, it's because, you don't believe in yourself.
So you felt like probably in class, when the teacher asks a question and you lift up your hands, you, even though you know the answer, probably the answer is not that correct.
Yes, it's not correct.
Kuna jonte mahali answer and your motto.
You believe a person with low self-esteem,
yes.
They don't believe that there is something good that comes from them.
Is there anything that can come from Nazareth? Okay, let's continue.
Yes. So now that thing, as in you don't believe in yourself.
Okay.
So I never believed in myself. And so that intensified the shyness.
Okay.
I was so shy, and I wouldn't speak up. And now being shy and short made it worse. People are laughing at me. And now after the shortness, I started eating a lot. You see, now I'm not spending time with people. I'm spending time
with food.
with food.
Okay.
You get that?
Yes.
And you see, my mom loved
cooking.
And then she loves big kids.
Okay. So she encouraged.
So she would really buy a lot of bread kwanza ndio nilikuwa napenda. And now nikakuwa short, shy and plump.
Okay.
Now that made it worse. Kazi nakitokea huku, nasi napenda kukula. Mwingine, nasi kwa short. Mwingine, ona sasa hiyo, as in it just killed me inside. Now I'm like, they can't see anything else. You see, Kesh?
Yes.
You mean they can't see anything else? And I'm telling you, I really battled with that. I really battled with that. And again, something else, not that I'm really from a very well-off family, like people normally think. Our dad and mom used to struggle, and at some point they took me to a boarding school.
Okay.
Now the self-esteem issue started in a primary school.
Yes.
Yeah, if I can mention the name, Kegane Primary. At some point, that's where my low self-esteem was. Not that I didn't perform well in class, but I was just low. Yeah, I wouldn't really speak up.
Yeah.
No one even noticed me. No one even noticed I'm a bright kid really
yeah.
much
Yes.
because I was not that
Vocal in class.
vocal.
Some of us hata kama tulikuwa tunaongea tu ujinga tulikuwa tunatoa mkono.
Kwanza unakaa ule walikuwa anainua
Mimi nimesumbua walimu sana.
Yes, because okay, now the issue with self-esteem,
Yes.
you say that. Now what made it worse, dad sacrifices to take me to a boarding school in class 6. Hapo ndio climax ya adolescent huanza.
Okay.
We as
Onset.
girls, yes, we want the what? The attention.
Yes, yes.
But then the attention you're getting, you're short.
Okay.
Nobody
yeah,
is,
so it hits differently.
you see, nobody
Yeah.
is even telling you something positive. Hey, you're nice, you're beautiful.
Light skin.
They just look at you and like, you're short.
Yeah.
They just look at you and say, sasa ni fat. You know, those times we don't use lugha ya adabu kusema plump. Tunatumia fat.
Fat. Yes.
And I remember wa Kiswahili teacher would say, usiite mtu mnono. At least sema mnene. So, imagine I have battled with those issues.
Hey, hiyo ni kali.
Unaona? So,
Mnono ni angurue. Okay,
yes,
tuendelee.
huyo mimi kanono nimeenda boarding school. Alafu sasa, then another thing that was a challenge to me.
Yes.
My dad was struggling
With finances.
with finances.
All right.
But tena, he wants the best for me. Anataka ni perform better. Sasa nimeenda boarding school, kizungu hata sijui kuongea.
Yeah.
Acha hivyo mimi ni teacher of English and literature. I didn't really know how to speak English.
Yes.
I was like, nikisema bucket, nasema bucket. Nikisema blackboard, nasema blackboard. You see, the Kimeru accent.
Uko na ile accent.
The Kimeru accent.
Yes.
So it really traumatized me, let me say.
Okay.
Because I'm really trying. Niko na so many issues. Height, nini,
Accent.
weight, accent. You see? So I'm like, I now withdrew. I think I don't need one friend.
Yeah.
Na sasa huyu friend, at some point she was even, hata yeye alikuwa ana contribute to my low self-esteem because she was from a well-off family. Naangalia naona the thing she's carrying. So I'm like, hey, Queenie, there's nothing good that I have, you see. And it's really affected me. And
Home
I
na struggle shopping. Dad can't
Yes.
afford much.
Okay, not that he didn't afford shopping, but we didn't really have that luxury.
Luxury.
Tuseme hata TV hakukuwa na
Ile
akidada
ilikuwa
sinisikia
na
nikisema
stomach.
TV. Alikuwa amesema, sijui kama nikukataa, but alikuwa amesema watu wamalize nini kusoma.
Hiyo ni kupangwa, tuendelee.
So, unaenda kwa class, people are discussing sijui vipindi gani, zile za kina Paloma,
Yes, yes.
sijui za kina Longway. So uko like, sasa do I even know what they are? And you see, as a young person,
Yes, it
if you don't
really-
fit to a group, what they are talking about,
Now withdraw too.
you
Like,
withdraw. You see now, it affects you.
even for them they see you differently.
Yes.
Kwani uko dunia gani wewe ujui, you know?
Exactly,
Yeah.
you get the point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, which part of the world are you living in? So
Exactly.
every day I would tell my dad, hey dad, mbona sijui TV? Sasa hiyo issue, because
Yes.
about weight, nayo hiyo tu ningekula tu roho safi. So, but ilibidi tu ning'ang'ane.
Yes.
And I remember my dad wrote for me a composition. Nilikuwa nimelemewa kabisa.
Yes.
Actually, I think he's the first person who contributed to me starting now working on my self-esteem.
Amazing.
Because I told him, Dad, sijui kuandika composition haki. And as a teacher,
Yes.
he wrote me the first composition.
He's a teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
he was.
He was a teacher.
Okay, he's still teaching, though he's retired.
Once a teacher, always a teacher.
Yes. So he wrote for me the composition. Not that he wrote for me to copy, but he wrote for me to read and understand.
okay.
But I copied.
I
I copied and took it to
Photocopy.
class. Mwalimu wangu asinisikie. I copied the composition, and in my book
That's what
now,
you presented.
I presented my dad's composition. And you guess what? The teacher was so much amazed.
Congratulations.
Hey, he did. You've written a very good composition. And she read it in front of the class. But little did I know that that was the beginning of me working now
Amazing.
on my language.
Yeah.
And was like, I don't need an embarrassment, so I
Yeah.
need to improve on this. You see,
Yes.
I really worked hard now on improving at least kwa language. Not that I really knew that it would change my self-esteem, but it really worked so well. Because since then, I really worked on the composition and I became one of the best writers
Amazing.
of composition. Thanks to my dad, man. Yes. And at least now, working on my language,
Yes.
I was able now to be among the top students in that school.
In class.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So at least the thing about shortness, haikuni affect so much.
Ikaenda
Nikaanza
ikipungua.
sasa kukua like, hey, I can do something.
Yes.
I can be one of the top students in the class.
Yes.
Unaona? Although still I couldn't speak so much. Niliendelea tu na hiyo shyness.
Yes.
Nilingangana tu nayo. I was always to myself.
Yeah.
I remember in class 7 hapo hata ndio nilikuwa tu nachukua Bible nasoma. Because I didn't really have friends.
Yes.
Wale friends uko nao unaona tu wanajiseparate tu like you don't have stories to tell them. Yes. And hawataki hizi stories za vitabu. You know, I used to read to storybooks, but hawataki stories za vitabu. They want their television stories. Na sisi hatuna TV.
Yes.
So missing a content, unaona. So I remember I would just pick a Bible and read.
Yes.
And that actually was my journey with God.
Amazing.
It's like God was my only friend.
Yeah, because now you see you begin now to draw identity from God.
Yes.
Even in interaction with characters in the Bible, you see a lot of weaknesses. You know, when you read maybe people like Samson, David, and you begin to relate.
Yes. Actually, the story of David, you're like, this small boy, if he could do this. So I started building now the inner character, although I did not bring it out to the people, but then I started building some character of self-belief, and I'm like, I know I can make it. And then my parents were like, hey, we know you can make it. You see, that's why I was talking about mind about what you tell your kids.
Exactly.
Mind about what you tell your friends. Kesh. Tell Kesh, I know you can make it.
Yes.
Not to laugh at them. Like I told you, I stopped singing because someone told me I cannot sing. Someone did not tell me, if you keep practicing, you will.
Yeah.
You see, you cannot be perfect when you're trying the first thing.
Yes, yes.
But believe you me, I know you already know that. With practice, you become really perfect. And that's why I have worked on building very young talents. From a person who does not even know what they're doing to a person who really know what they're doing. Yeah.
Which takes us actually to the next question, the next conversation of what is the relationship between self-esteem and talents, abilities, and giftings of an individual? Yeah. What is the relationship? What is the relationship?
It's Kesh, I really get what you're asking.
Yes.
There is a big relationship that people have not come to realize about talent, the abilities.
Yes.
Like you're saying, talent, abilities, as in what you're capable of doing, the gifts, what you're capable of doing, and self-esteem.
Yes.
It really matters a lot. Because, like I gave an example of my son.
Yes.
I can also give examples of my students. And the young people I've interacted with outside.
Yes.
A person comes feeling so low. Like a person comes and speaks of, teacher, they're laughing at me because of the shape of my head. And then you know this boy can really sing.
Yeah.
But he cannot sing because he has people, as in he has other issues that he is feeling bad about. But then when you take time and let him concentrate on that singing, he even forgets that people are laughing at him. A very good example of a young man, actually that is a unique character I have found. Akona kigugumizi. Ukijana, akona kigugumizi, lakini he could sing.
Na kimba, akimba
he doesn't stammer.
Yes.
You see? I'm telling you, when I realized that talent and we kept on encouraging him to sing.
Yes.
Hata kigugumizi iliisha. You see? And of course that raised his self-esteem.
Yes.
Like was like, oh, I'm not looking at my weakness. I'm looking at what I can do.
Exactly.
I'm a star because he became a star. Even in the school. And that was enough because he felt that he can do something.
Yes.
So personally what I do as a teacher, when Form 1s come in my class,
Yes.
I identify their talents.
Amazing.
I identify, okay, it's not only talents,
Yes.
but it's not only the talents of singing and dancing, but what can they do? Even someone can be making, anaweza kuwa na ability ya kutengeneza something.
There's something unique about that
something
person.
unique. There's
Yes.
something unique. If you keep encouraging that person or try to nurture that talent, any to show concern,
Yeah.
it changes their perspective completely. And they're like, wow, so I'm a good person.
Yeah.
It's not a must that I'm the best in class,
Yes.
but there's something I can do with myself. And that thing, actually, I've learned. I was doing it as a passion to nurture the talents,
Yes.
but I realize now the talents are raising their self-esteem because they feel even if I cannot be the best person in mathematics,
Yes.
I can do something else. I can write a poem.
Yeah.
I can sing. I can dance.
Yeah.
And they're just excited about it. And I realize now the reason people get to drugs, it's because of low self-esteem, like
Correct.
I said.
Yes.
So when you engage them in the talents
Yes.
and their abilities or their gifts, they are able to concentrate on, as in they are able to channel their energies to those areas.
Yes.
They'll not channel the energies to the negativities of life, and they'll not get to doing the bad things out of low self-esteem.
Yes.
Are you getting the point? Yeah, so that's why I really feel that as teachers of today, we have a big task
Yeah.
of trying to involve our learners, not only teaching them, but giving them a chance to know what they can do extra
Yeah.
from just the studies.
Because teachers spend a lot of time with the kids than even parents.
Sure.
Most of the boarding schools.
Yeah.
Unakaa na mtoto 3 months alafu mama unampatia 1 month.
Yes.
Na hiyo 1 month hata hataki kuona mtoto kwa sababu mtoto anasumbua nyumbani. You know the way they call it, anasumbua. Na they could wana wish to wewe shule zitafunguliwa lini urudi shule.
Yeah.
And then the child will go back to school. With the wounds, with the discouragements,
Yes.
with najui anajua there is something I have unique.
Yeah.
I have a lot of disadvantages around and advantages around, but I don't know, maybe somehow I will overcome and become better in the society.
Yeah.
So hearing that from a teacher, it is very, very encouraging. I think growing up, I've mentioned something about my voice.
Yeah.
I have had both positive and negative comments,
Yeah.
but mostly positive. People are like, hey, there's something different about your voice. So in school, they used to call me head boy.
Yeah.
And I'm in a girls' school, but now it was a mockery because of my voice.
Yeah.
Because of my voice. And of course, I was a school captain and all that. But now, over the years, I never took really notice of that. It was not a bother. But I met my music director, who happens to be my music teacher. And the first time my music director heard me sing, even tu ile unaimbanga tu, you want even unataka kuibia chini ya meza because wewe waimbaji ni wale they can hit those high notes huko juu.
Yes, yes.
You know, so wewe na vocals. So I hid in rapping. I used to write hip hop poems and you know, so I nilikuwa nimependa flows, lines nini because I felt that is comfortable.
Yeah.
No one, you know, it kind of suits my voice. You sauti ni rappers,
Yeah.
you know, and all that was
Yeah.
it was spoken word and all that. And then he said, you know what, you have a very amazing voice,
Wow.
a singing voice.
Wow.
And I was like, what did I enjoy? And he kept on repeating that. So nilikuwa naimba in the Nairobi Gospel Choir. Na sometimes tukienda tizi, so ameneka katikati ya altos and I'm very green, so naimba inaitangwa bluetoothing, unaimba unasikiza tena, unaimba nusu, unasikiza hii hata ujuni unaimba tu sauti, unaimba off key hapo katikati, and he will pick that and he will encourage me. Au wengine wakitaka kunibully, you know the way, sijui kama you've been umeona watu choir members wakipiga tizi, mtu akiimba hapa off key kuna vile unamwangalianga like nini bana, you have never learned to sing well, you know, now you want to bully the person with your eyes, with your facial expression, but my music director will always protect me. And years later, by God's grace, at least we are somewhere, you understand, when it comes now to voice and all. So I really understand what you're talking about. And when matters self-esteem, I mostly keep with males, yes, lakini nikipatana na lady mwenye anaka kama naimba nilikuwa na like, this is not my zone, before you begin you know, reminding me that I cannot sing and all that. So I really understand what you're talking about, and growing and developing your talent, abilities, giftings zinaweza kuwa hapo ndani, but if you don't have the confidence of knowing, by the way, God has given me this thing uniquely, and by the way, no one was born knowing how to speak well, fluent, or you know, like your son who can really draw nice, or can sing, or can play an instrument, or can do something in a unique way. We all get to a place where we are put under instructor, or we, you know, instructor, whether it's online or physical, and we have to develop and polish that ability, you know. So, but now my confidence of demonstrating that, it is totally dependent on my self-esteem. Otherwise, I think we have a society where we have we're giving a raw deal. Miles Monroe once said that the cemetery is a very rich place. You know, watu walikufa na vitu, you know, mtu alikufa na song kwa sababu labda alikuwa kama Cash na Edith alijua hizi sauti. Lakini God had put that ministry in them, and you know, the tool was their voice. You know, someone else probably was supposed to be one of the best motivational speakers, but probably they had an issue with their skin color and or their height, so they felt, you know what, I can't stand before people. I'm not good enough. I have the content, but someone else can speak about it. You know, and their days came, and they went to be with the Lord with the content. You have something to add?
Yeah, let me say something about that. Kesh, I thank God that you're able to work on your esteem at a very young age. Being called a head boy, and then you're still on top of your girls.
I think I grew up with brothers, and my brothers my brothers have never raised that issue. Was their favorite. So if my brothers are okay with it, so who are you? You know, even the way boys will bully girls on the street, it was like, but then my brothers are okay with me. Me and me grown up, my bro. So I couldn't to show, you know, that kind of thing.
So this is it. I know so many people are asking, and definitely every day we struggle with our self-esteem, as we say. But this is it. It's not something that Kesh or Edith will come and tell you. You have to have high self-esteem. Like we said, it's all in the mind. I told you I was a very shy girl, right? A very shy girl. And I could not even imagine that someday I would be in such a place, maybe looking at people through the camera, because I wasn't that person who would stand before people. But this is what I say. There's one day I read a story, the story of Jonah. Jonah was forced by God to go to Nineveh. At some point you have to force yourself to speak up. You have to force yourself and tell yourself, Edith, you can do it. Cash, you can do it. Maureen, if you're still watching, and the others, you can do it. Like I have so many people. You see, now I'm talking about self-esteem, and people think I'm on top of the world with my self-esteem. And someone tells me, Edith, you know this, you can do that, but for me, I can't. Edith, you know, where Wogopi. But remember, I was a shy girl. You can do something about yourself. You can tell yourself, you can do it. Just tell yourself, I know I can do it. When Obama came with a slogan, yes, we can, those people who really thought about it, I say they changed their mindset. Because it's all in the mind. Being a black person and black people being discriminated in America.
Racism, tribalism.
And he said, yes, we can as blacks.
Yeah, sure.
And he did it. For sure, nobody has broken his record, right? It's all in the mind. Just say you can do it. Because now, the issue of self-esteem, now let's leave the height and the everything.
Yes, yes.
Let's go now to a point now like mine, which was about shyness. And you see, in this world, we need to speak up.
Yes.
So that you're not dying in depression. And if maybe time allows me and share, at some point I almost got into depression. And it's because I felt I wasn't worth enough.
Yeah.
Even after trying to battle na nika raise myself, that's why I said self-esteem is something we battle with every day.
Every day you must.
Kitu inakujia,
it reminds you that
it
you're
reminds
not
you
enough.
You're not enough. So I stay in a relationship that I'm feeling I'm not completely accepted, and this lowers my esteem completely. And I'm like, there's nothing good that can come out from me. And I was completely down, actually to a point of depression. But then I remember one person told me, like I said, you are enough. You see what I said, it's all in the mind.
Yes.
You're enough, Edith, you're the most beautiful person, you have all it takes. And I'm like, where are you coming from? You see, having lived with people who are like, they don't believe in you. And if you allow me to share, at that point I even got it. That's why I was connecting self-esteem and drugs. I even got into alcohol.
Allah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because of low self-esteem. Because I'm like, okay, then let me try something that will make me happy. Because I'm feeling bad about myself.
Yeah.
And I almost got addicted.
Addicted.
And catch something funny. Let me share this with viewers because I got to a point of low esteem until I even said everything is a scam. Even God himself.
Oh.
Imagine the God who has helped you walk that journey. You reach a point and say, even God is a scam. Before I realized myself, and then what about self-esteem?
Yes.
I realized so many people we are dying. Every day during our experiences, we are hurting because we cannot speak up, because we feel we are not enough, because we feel we cannot believe in ourselves anymore. But I'm right here today to tell you that you are enough, just like I was told, and it changed my whole mindset and my everything. And I'm telling you the things I was able to accomplish. There are so many things just because I changed my mindset. I believed in myself and told, of course, there's that point you reach and you want to speak to people and you're like, kakitu kanakwambia, unajua watu naenda kuongelesha ni akina nani? You see, there's that kind of voice. Even before people speak to you and discourage you, kuna pia the inner voice that discourages you at some point, and you're like, unajua hao ni watu unaenda kuongelea. You should know people. And then you're like, yeah, I'm just a young girl. How can I even get there? But the truth is, it's all in the mind.
Yeah, sure.
When you tell yourself, yes, how do you see yourself? And that's where we started, the self-esteem. How do you see yourself? How do you define yourself? So if you tell yourself, okay, whatever the age, as long as you compose yourself, you can make it.
Age is not a factor.
Age is not a factor. And I'm telling you, I have worked with very tall people and senior people, and they, at some point, they look down upon me. They despise me because, one, they will never stop looking at me because of my height. So wengine wako like, sasa haka kasichana kadogo kanakuja kutuambia nini? Even some schools, I walk to some principal's office and they're like,
when mwalimu? Ama mwanafunzi?
Are you coming to, are you, okay, like maybe when I'm marketing my book.
Yes.
And someone is like, and looks at me again, no. And then they don't see, you can tell their students anything. But wait until you go and talk to them. And then the learners are all over. they're asking you questions about self-esteem, they're telling you their issues, then they're like, really, I didn't know you deliver. You see?
Yeah.
So it's all about believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you will not be able to accomplish so many things. And another thing about low self-esteem, it prevents you from accomplishing your dreams. Because low self-esteem, you will lack the confidence, you will not believe in yourself. So how will you even make to your dreams? Like right now, I'm confidently saying that working on my organization, by the way, I told you we do some charity work, and I believe we can go to the extent of helping people. Not that I'm a millionaire or someone, but it's just believing in yourself and telling people what you're doing.
Exactly.
Siku back off. You know, most people would ask me, Edith, hizi ma charity works unafanya hapa zinakusaidia aje? But you see, you have to follow your heart, you have to follow your dreams, regardless of what people tell you.
Exactly.
Regardless of what they say about you, just follow your dreams. Because when I say 99% of the people you live with, they will always discourage you. Only 1%, by the way, ndio wako hapo. Now you see, like your music teacher. Kama mimi ni mtu one, I can count the people who have told me positive things to change my entire life. You see, but 99% of people will always be there to tell you, you kitu umeanza sasa. You si ni ukweli cash? True. Yes. So watu wako like, as young as you are, maybe mtu anakuuliza sasa cash hii maneno unafanya utaweza? Si unawezana sahi? So everybody out there, it's time you stand for what you want. Yeah. I always tell people I know what I want, and that's it. Because the moment you know what you want, and now build on that confidence, you will go far.
The Bible says, as a man thinketh. As a man thinketh. You see that scripture, but it's very powerful. As a man thinketh, so is he. In other words, if I cannot travel in my mind there, then I cannot get my body there. I cannot get my papers there. I cannot get my anything, my everything. I cannot. You know, one day, I won't mention the person, but I once, some time back, I was with my mom in this living room, and then I watched a media personality, and I told my mama, you know what, this person, I'm going to meet her, and she's going to be my friend. Just like that.
Oh, amazing.
And I keep on, I look at the person, like, you know what, this person, I think this person will be of benefit. Or if I partner with this person, I think will bring a great impact in the society. I don't know the person. I'm not the person that will say, but for some reason, I'll meet that person. Wow. You know what has happened right there? I have traveled in my mind.
Yes.
I have broken every limitation mentally to meet that person. In other words, when I meet that person, it won't feel strange. I won't start jikaranga na maneno. You know the way it's like you're sure, you're not sure, you're sure, you're not sure. Why? Because it's the battle of the mind. It's perception, how you see life. And it's not like, by the way, I don't have those moments I'm like, hey, na hii nitaweza kweli. The way you're saying it's true. Every day you wake up, or I wake up, and I have to deal with self-esteem. It's like a reminder. You know the way alarm every time 4 a.m. Whatever you said yesterday, if I don't say it today, today I will be haunted. I think I should repeat that again. If yesterday I told myself I am enough, and today I don't tell myself I am enough, today I will be haunted. And remember yesterday, but that was the words that I spoke for yesterday, was what to sustain me yesterday. But today I need fresh grace, fresh strength, fresh everything. So as a man thinketh, so is he. In regards to everything, in regards to the way I see my background, it's interesting. Sometimes God permits us to grow in in families that are broken,
Yes.
in marriages, and to
Yes.
see marriages
Yes.
that are not working,
Yes.
to grow up and, you know, I'm an orphan, to grow up and I've gone through very, very heartbreaking childhood traumas.
Yes.
But if I continue to see myself, to perceive myself from that angle, then I'm not permitted to be anything outside my perception.
Yes.
I'm not permitted to be any different person
Yeah.
outside my mind, outside my the way I see life.
Yeah.
So if I see, you know, if I see manze unga iko to 200 and I see my downfall, but then indeed it cannot be otherwise. Prayer cannot change how I see. Prayer cannot change
Yeah.
what I have already affirmed. Unaona nimesema unga imepanda haki,
Ukweli.
tunakufa sisi wote. As long as that's my mentality,
Yes.
hata niombe 3 hours Edith, I need to change, and that's why the place of faith comes in.
Yes.
Faith is a different eyesight. Faith is a different perception of life.
Yes.
Faith tells me, it's the evidence of things in the book of Hebrews. No, no.
Yes.
It tells me, by the way, the society even. It's like I cannot find a very genuine friend.
Yes.
So everybody looks perverse. Everybody looks like they have their own lifestyle. So that is what I see on
Yes.
media and all that. But faith tells me differently.
Yes.
Faith tells me that, you know what, there are men of character, there are men of values,
Yes. Yes.
there are men who walk upright, there are men who are intelligent, there are men.
That's true.
So for some reason, I believe God can bring that kind of person
Yes,
in
yes.
my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that takes me, when you talk about that, that takes me to think about broken hearts.
Your broken heart.
You know, it doesn't mean you're only broken because you loved, but you can be broken in so many ways. And you don't have to be broken.
Yeah.
You don't have to remain broken because at the end of it all, that will lead you to depression.
Yeah.
What you need to do is accept and move on from that.
Yeah, sure.
You stop, like you're saying, you stop looking at the general thing. Like we ladies, we go through a lot, Kesh.
Yes.
And not only women, but even men. If you listen to some of the stories, people are going through a lot until they come to a point like, if this thing, it's like it's generally happening. Like you're talking about unga, bei ya unga na nini, unasema bei ya unga imepanda hivi, mimi kwisha, unaona? You get broken, maybe to say, acha tu tuongea about mapenzi. Uko broken because you loved someone who loved you so much, whom you love so much, na kaku heartbreak. You see? It doesn't mean that hapo ndio mwisho, ati umalizie tu useme, hii dunia furthermore, hakuna mtu mzuri. Like you said, we have people of good character.
Exactly.
We have people who have purpose to live a certain life of perfection. We cannot be perfect, but there are people who try to be perfect.
Yes.
As in, let us be those people who are trying to be perfect. And some of the things that shaped my life, Kesh.
Yes.
I remember there's a time even now I read the Bible, but there's a time I really used to read.
Yeah.
And then I was doing some study of the Bible, and then at a point whereby I'm looking at the example to follow. The example to follow in the verse that I have read. And then there's a point I read a book whereby Jesus was my example. And Jesus being my example, I was like, what do I learn from Jesus? And looking at the life of Jesus, he tried to live a perfect life.
Yes.
And I was looking at myself, and from that moment I told myself, I know there is no one perfect, but then I need to try and be perfect like Christ. I might not be making sense to many people,
Yes.
but I know I'm making to some. Because if you try to be perfect like Christ, you will give your best.
Yeah.
Kesh, we are not perfect. Sindio?
Yes.
We are not perfect. But the moment you give your best, it is even a way of affirming your self-esteem.
Exactly.
Because you give your best, you will not be broken. Even after giving your best, you will not be broken because you failed.
Yes.
Na unajua failure is also something that leads us to low self-esteem.
Exactly.
When you give your best, you will feel fulfilled.
Yes.
And you will have the energy to start all over again and all over again and all over again. Looking at what is happening in Kenya, sorry to say, as in the leadership of our country, we are just praying God about it, because we don't really know, looking at the economy and everything.
Yes.
But then we cannot just give up and say, wacha, whatever happens, ikai. So I think what is left for us ni we try to do our best.
Exactly.
When it comes to elections, let us give our best tuende tuchague wale watu tuna feel they will help us. In prayer, let us continue praying,
Exactly.
not giving up.
Amazing.
Unaona? Let us give our best. I always tell people, just give your best, because you realize that kuna mwanafunzi siku ingine ameniuliza, there's an example of a young man, alikuwa anasoma sana kwa class, alafu in the process of the exam results, he didn't get as they expected.
Yes.
But I could see, you can tell this person has really given their best.
Yeah.
Ata mimi, I know I gave my best. Whatever I got in my KCSE, I know I gave my best. And that's why I'm giving even the example of this young man. So we expected him to get a certain grade, of which he didn't. But you see, he gave his best, and he was fulfilled. And when he came to seek advice, I told him, you know what? You will never stop. You should never stop giving your best, just because of this one step that you didn't get right.
Yes.
You see the point? So giving your best is one way that really helps you to raise up your self-esteem, so that you're not broken even when you fail at a certain point in life. We have failed in exams. We fail as children to our parents.
Exactly.
Yes, we fail as children. But if we let the failures or the mistakes that we do really affect us, you see, they will. Let's just accept and give our best. At least tutasema hapo ulingangana.
Exactly.
Kesh, there's a point in my lifetime, like let me talk about my son. Nilimpata nikiwa 4th year.
University.
Yes. And if there's a point I say I almost go to depression near point. And it's really lowered my self-esteem. Being that the way I'd started building up my self-esteem, alafu ikafika sasa point. Okay, I got a kid.
Yes.
And every girl's dream is a big wedding. And here I am, a creative ministry member, actually a director in the skits that we used to do. Here I am, expectant, and the whole church has run away from me. So I was just left alone, struggling with my issues.
I was just left alone. I think let's speak on that point.
You see?
After the short break.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of cases in the society of people murdering their spouses and their children? What about human beings throwing themselves off buildings? In our universities today, it's a den of crime. Students in drugs, students in habits like homosexuality, which also cuts across in our society today. What do you think? Is there anyone to blame? Do you think it's a major issue in our society? Welcome to the Divulge Show, a show whereby we unmask matters happening in the society, matters which the society shies away from speaking about. And this is a place where we journey with you as an individual and largely in the society to find the healing of the soul and the empowerment of the spirit. My name is Kesh Susan, and I will be your host every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11:30 here at Nisi Television, where we transform life through media. Welcome to the Divulge Show.
We are the super kids. We are the super kids. Jesus gonna have now. We gonna rock the world now. We are the super kids. We are the super kids. Jesus gonna have now. We gonna rock the world now. You make my heart pumping. You keep my feet jumping. You make me go crazy. You make me go crazy. You move my
Back to the Divulge Show. If you are joining us this hour and this minute, my name is Kesh Susan, and we are having a very awesome conversation about self-esteem. Now, before turudi kwa the personal story, kuna mtu hapa hajasema jina, lakini tafadhali ukileta content kama hii, tafadhali ni vizuri unatuambia jina so that we can do the connection. Na unaongelesha host vizuri. Anasema, wow, this is amazing discussion with a beautiful lady in the studio. Is she married? Asking for a friend. Okay, ongelesha hosts vizuri. Are you married?
Oh, really, Kesh?
Are you married? Are you vizuri? Mimi ni nani nikatae mapenzi ya Bwana yatendeke?
I know these questions really come.
Mimi ni nani nizuie huduma? Nisimame kwenye inaitwaje, kwenye mwito twende. Back to you.
Mami anataka kujua nini?
Are you married?
I'm not married, but definitely I'm seeing someone.
Okay, you're seeing someone.
Yes.
All right. Your friend, tafadhali sijui tuseme rudi kwa maombi. It is well. Back to your story.
Yeah.
So you were in uko form 4 and then
Niko for the
uko 4th year, sorry.
Yes.
Kenyatta University.
Yes.
And then you are head of the creative art ministry.
Yes.
And of course, in Moso, Kenya, the church set up when it comes to is it called pregnancy before marriage?
Yes.
It's a taboo.
taboo.
Let me put it that way. Yes. So what was the journey and how did you find strength in that, and then you came out strong?
Let me say it wasn't easy. Like I said, I was left alone, I think, with God.
Yes.
I could only pray. That's where my comfort was. And of course, my parents. But I can't talk much about my dad at that time.
Yes.
I was nene. But my mom and my sisters really
supportive.
supported me. Although it's nearly to support. Unajua unapewa, but back in their mind,
they wish ungekuwa na better
yes,
way of
you had a better way. But you see, now these are some of the things that now happen.
Yeah.
And now how do you deal with them as a young person?
Yes.
And if you don't work on them so well, you get into depression.
Yes.
Because of course the low self-esteem. You won't accept it. Like we said, self-esteem is self-acceptance.
Exactly.
Whatever life comes with, you accept. You see, no, I had to accept and pray,
Yeah.
even without friends.
Yes.
And let me say it was not an easy journey. I cried most of the times. And eventually, at least God gave me the strength.
Amazing.
Yes.
And now you can come back and even encourage
Yes.
ladies who probably get pregnant in school not to drop their academics or lose their hope in God.
Yeah.
They can always be restored.
Yeah.
But now this time there was a scripture in the Bible where Jesus caught a little case of a woman who had committed adultery, and they brought the woman to her.
Yes.
Jesus alibend na akaanza kudraw something
Yes.
on the ground. And Jesus said, if anyone among you who has never sinned, afanye nini, throw akwe first go through
Yes.
stone. And the Bible says that they left one by one, and he turned to the woman and he said, woman, your sins are forgiven, but sin no more.
Yeah.
So the place of self-condemnation, you are forgiven, but now learn from the learn
that.
from it and
Yeah.
learn from it and you know, and move on, not to have that recurrent repetition of mistakes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone is saying good discussion. A question: how does low self-esteem in the past affect your current life, especially in relationship with your partner? How does low self-esteem in the past affect your current life, especially in relationship with your partner?
Is the question asking me, or
Yes,
is
a question
asking how
asking.
to deal with it?
How to deal with it? Of course, it pointed to you.
Okay, let me say this about our past. If you, like we said, it's all in the mind.
Yes.
If we let our pasts haunt us, then definitely it will continue affecting you, even in the current relationship. But if these are the people we are living with as our partners,
Yes.
if they are able to appreciate you, then why look about your past? But this is what I do. Of course, we are not perfect.
Yes.
And once in a while, when you're alone, because have you ever realized that most of the time, much of the time you can spend alone, like when you're sleeping, when you're doing some things zile private, kuna zile thoughts ukukujia about your past.
Yes, yes.
Like maybe the past relationship you've had. This is what now I would encourage that person or other people. When you feel that there are some thoughts haunting you, this is something I've done practically. Okay, you might not be a poet like me,
Yes.
but write down the thoughts. Every day they come, just write them down. That's the first step you can do, maybe to forget those haunting moments. Write whatever thoughts that come in your mind, you write them down, so that now your mind is free. It's so therapeutical, by the way.
Yes.
You might not really understand the chemical behind it, but it does that. Number two, if you cannot, after writing, then why don't you fill your mind with those beautiful thoughts?
Yeah.
I told myself I want my heart to be happy. So every time I'm thinking about a negative thing that brought me down, I tell myself, Edith, remember you want to make your heart happy.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes you need to talk to yourself.
You're intentional about the process of healing and overcoming.
Yeah, you need to be. Exactly. You need to. I ask a person, do you want to heal? You see?
Yes.
Do you want to leave the past behind? Because even we have people who still want to hold on to the past.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It brings a sense of comfort, the pity party thing.
Yes.
Oh, you know, you should understand me because I went through this.
Yes.
So it's a bit comfortable, you know, stretching out and seeing the reality of life. By the way, this is life. This is a new relationship. This person did not go through what I went through. So I don't need to keep on reminding this other person that, or maybe hide my current characters, you know, so in what I went through, so that naweza ponea nikifanya kitu funny nielewe tu nilipitia this and that in the years to come.
Actually, that's the mistake people do.
Yes.
They always want to get to the past. Ati nielewe tu nimepitia hii, nielewe tu nimepitia hii. But that is bad, because definitely it's even going to affect your relationship.
Exactly.
Because this person is here for happiness.
Yes,
but you're bringing some sad memories.
Someone else saying, my name is Njuguna. If you are a person that loves to be attended to, like having someone to mind about your emotional being and being understanding, does okay, Anauliza does that, but let me rephrase the question to sound. Is that a sign of low self-esteem? If you're a person who loves to be attended to, someone to mind about how you feel, is that a sign of low self-esteem?
Yeah, definitely it is. Yeah, it is a sign of low self-esteem. It's like now you want people to confirm to you. You see, to confirm to you that you're beautiful, to confirm to you that you need to be excited.
Yes.
You see, you need to confirm it yourself first. You don't have to let people confirm to you.
No.
That's why we are talking about redefine your self-image. Don't wait for people to tell you. Let me put it this way. Don't let people shape your emotions.
Ah, okay.
You see,
Yes.
like Cash, I'm sure you want to be happy. But then someone comes and tells you something. Of course, it's something we go through every day.
Yes, yes.
Mtu anakuambia, hey, what you did is really wrong. Na ulikuwa tu excited, umerukaruka, alafu ndio huyo mtu tu ameanza kupigia kelele nini nini. You see, that person already want to affect your emotion. He shouldn't.
So I should be in charge of my my emotions.
Yes.
And I should not walk expecting someone to make me feel good.
Yes.
Already
and remember
I should have God in that to know I appreciate, but I feel okay and I feel good. So yours is just a confirmation, but it's not like the root source, because how tukitembea kwa street to expect Makanga anifurahishe. Nikisikiza news zinifurahishe. You know, Edith anifurahishe. Probably Edith ana dina zake. And you think you're thinking that way.
Actually, every day we have our own issues.
Yes.
So, what I can say is that control your own emotions. Like
be in charge.
Be in charge of your own emotions. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing.
Although kuna ile mtu unataka kusikia vizuri, but anyway, only 1% of people who care, who really want to tell you something nice.
Genuinely, with no malicious motive.
Yes, yes.
Amazing. I struggled with low self-esteem growing up to a point I contemplated suicide. I'm a grown-up, but sometimes it hurts me, especially when someone speaks something ill against me, ignores me, or feels I think I'm not important. How do you help? Watching from Syokimau.
Oh, wow, amazing. I didn't mention that. You know, in this life we are struggling with so many things. At some point I also contemplated suicide. You cannot imagine. Because of feeling you're not even worth living in this world. But what I can say is, you don't have to feel that as in an important person. Like we said, you are enough. You are enough, and that's the word.
Exactly.
You are enough. You don't need people to make you feel important. You don't need people to tell you you're great. You need to tell yourself. I think we've discussed all this. Like, let it come from within you. Define yourself first before we come to define you.
Amazing.
And in this world, you don't expect, even at some point, your partners to give you every time those sweet words.
Yeah, sure.
They'll be there to maybe criticize you at some point. But all that matters is you need to know that you are enough. And if you don't know that, then I remember at that point I went to a bishop and I was telling her, maybe that's a story for another day. And I'm actually writing the next book basing on what people say to you. And this lady, I met her in a prayer center when I was contemplating suicide. And I looked at her and greeted her. And even before she could say something, I told her, hey, I want to die. And she was like, are you crazy? You're so beautiful. You see, just that word telling me I'm beautiful, it changed me.
Amazing.
But we don't have to get to that point for people to tell us an amazing word for us to change our mindset.
Yeah, sure.
Let us always know that we are enough. We don't need people to confirm to us that we are enough. Yes, I think
if they
that's
have
the
to,
word.
if they have to, I should have told myself so.
Yes.
Yeah. If
First
they have,
of
because
all,
it's important, by the way.
Yes.
It's important that people it's important that people keep on keep on telling Kizungu. Imeenda pre-unit. It's important that people tell us that we are important.
Yeah.
But also it's not like the root source.
Yeah.
They should have, they should find me
Exactly.
having told myself that I'm important, I'm worthy, and
So
all
that when they add to that, you just smile.
yeah.
And
It's not
be
like,
happy.
wow, you mean it's true? You mean that?
Yeah.
Someone is saying, my partner is always very cruel with words and uses some words that to me are very hurting. Okay? But she tells me I'm a man, and the fact that it's hurting me, it's because she tells me the truth and I change it to make her look bad, and I'm becoming a crying baby and I should man up. To her, she says she's telling the truth. However, however hard it hurts, and I should not get hurt or angry at her for speaking the truth. Sijui kama umeelewa ma. My partner is always very cruel with words and uses some words that to me are very hurting. But she tells me I'm a man. So the lady uses hurting words. And then to cover up, she says, you're a man. She tells me I'm a man. And the fact that it's hurting me, it's because she tells me the truth and I change it to make her look bad, and I'm becoming a crying baby and I should man up. I think the lady tells that to the guy.
Okay.
You're a crying baby and you should man up. Stop crying. To her, she says she's telling the truth. However hard it hurts, and I should not get hurt or angry at her for speaking the truth.
That's really tough.
So you're living with someone who probably your expression of how you feel to her is you're man enough. You should not be. You are crying like a baby. So
ladies, man, even men have got a heart.
It's true, by the way. We grew up in a society whereby we told boys, wewe ni mwanaume usilie. So now this lady has grown up with that mentality. When the husband or the spouse wants to express his emotions, the lady interprets that as weakness. I mean, this should be me, not you. You don't come expressing your emotions like that. So as a woman, the emotions of man, it's strange, it's new, but anyway, they are human too. What can you say in line with that?
Yeah, let me say something about men. Actually, men today are really hurting more than ladies. Like that man there. You see, okay, like, although we are talking about self-esteem,
yes,
defining yourself, or telling us who you really are from your own perspective, like how you carry yourself.
Yes.
But now, when it comes to a point of words, telling people words that hurt them, it really gets bad. And for this man, I think now you need to, they need to sit down and talk about it. And he needs to, not to die inside as a man, but he needs to open up, speak up and say, whatever you always say to me, you're hurting me.
Exactly.
You see that? If you see, hata wewe kuna kesh niko sure wewe huwezi kaliwa na mtu kuna kitu anaweza kuambia repeatedly, unamwambia no.
I mean, nakwambia kwa kweli.
You can't
Though respectfully.
Yes.
Nitakwambia, by the way, this and that, you're not, kindly don't say this, because it doesn't, it's not the right thing to say. Yes. For me, I will be vocal about it.
It's just a matter of speaking up to her. Tell her whatever you're saying is not okay. I think when you speak up, you become free. Like you're free from people telling you words. But now when you keep quiet, you see now they might find as if it's okay.
Yes, and probably I think if you have someone that is neutral, probably power couple lama. Wale couple I've forgotten the name. You can, someone neutral, someone that is not on your side or her side. You can have the as long as you trust them. And you see, these are marital conversations, so you have to keep it secretive, or that way. You don't need to again to wash your linens outside and all that. So find a neutral person and have that discussion with them, so that they can sometimes tukianza kuongeleshana na tuelewani, I believe it's always important to have an extra brain.
Yes.
But a neutral brain.
Yes.
So that sasa hii ni kama tumeshindwa kutatua. So it's always advisable, and probably you can always, if the lady, you know, the lady, the person that the lady respects and honors in the society, that is approachable, probably the pastor's wife. You can always have that conversation with her. But again, it's something that you need to, it needs to be mutually accepted. Usiende useme alafu wakuje sema sasa shida zetu tena, unaenda kuambia watu and that kind of thing.
But what really matters is as people, let us learn to be gentle.
Yes.
I know not so many people who know the gentleness. The Bible speaks about being gentle on others.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I cannot really quote the Bible, but I know the values that the virtues,
Bible,
some of the values and
Bible
virtues that
speaks.
the Bible speaks about gentleness.
Yes.
Be gentle on people. It doesn't hurt to be good to
It's a
people
fruit of the Holy Spirit.
and to tell people nice things.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt.
Exactly.
Even if we are saying that mtu ajidefine like we are saying, but pia wacha tusaidiane tusiache wengine wako chini na wengine wako juu, because at some point we are human beings, so let us mind what we say.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Princess Julia anasema for sure most people have committed suicide as a result of low self-esteem. Anasema watching you guys, Keshke, Susan, this is very good. A topic that really many don't talk about and are suffering. Just to me, self-esteem, matter self-esteem is such a major conversation, and I would love to have this conversation, part 2 of it, and it will become a blessing. Now even we get deeper in that conversation. Yes, kindly look at this camera and give us your parting shot, and what can you tell us? We've heard a lot, matter self-esteem, in summary of what we just discussed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me say that self-esteem is, like we said, it's self-acceptance. Let us accept who we are. And actually, maybe you expect me to say a lot about the summary, but cash this is what I'll say to my viewers.
Yes.
Just know you are enough. Know you're enough to do whatever you need to do.
Yes.
You are enough to look the way you want to look. You are enough to achieve the dreams you want to achieve.
Yes.
Because those 3 words really changed my life, and I believe they're gonna change your life tonight. And because self-esteem, like we've said, it's an issue that can even lead someone to commit suicide.
Yes.
Like the lady is talking about so many people committing suicide. Like myself, I've been there trying to commit suicide because of low self-esteem. But the word is, we are enough. Yeah. We are enough to change whatever we want to change. We are enough to look the way we want to look, to wear the heels or whatever we want. To pursue our dreams now and even in the future.
Amazing. Are you done? Ama, you love to add something extra?
Yeah, let me say.
We'll get to the book.
Yeah, these are book that it's the part 1 of self-esteem.
Okay.
Because I haven't talked much about my adulthood, but I'm writing that in my next book. Basically life is about esteem, by the way.
Yes.
Because it's about the
It's
confidence,
true. It's
the self-belief,
true.
and everything. And if you look at this book, it's a story about the childhood, and perhaps it can change your mindset and even that of the young ones you're bringing up.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can get. Should I share my number? No. Yeah.
Yeah, you can share.
If you need to get a copy of this book, you can call me on 0723 122 754, or you can DM me on my Facebook page, and then we can try to communicate on how we are going to get the book, because some of the copies are in the African Ink publishers. Some copies are with my friends around in Nairobi who can deliver them. Yes. So my Facebook page, Edith Soni, even my Instagram, Edith Soni 1992, and also you can watch some of my works in my YouTube are still under Edith Sony. Yeah, and get to learn more.
Yeah.
Personally, I have a passion to be a life coach, and also so passionate about nurturing talent.
Yes.
And giving, reaching out to the society in terms of raising people's self-esteem. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my end, I will say a few things. Number one, acceptance. When you speak about matters self-esteem, we cannot discuss anything further without first accepting that, you know what, this cup is, I think, white, and it has some touch of orange and blue. I think I'm yes. I need to accept this cup, by the way. Hii cup iko hivi. But if I want to paint this cup purple, inaonekana? Probably can lift it. Ah, yeah, we got it. Yes, so this cup is white. It has some shade of orange, blue, and yeah, and a few colors. So if I want to make this cup to have a plain color, let's say black, I need to accept that this cup iko hivi, iko na hizi colors zote. You know, it's from the point of accepting the current state that I can advance to any other state that wants. Sijui kama tumepatana hadi hapo. So when it comes to life, when I am moving from the place of low self-esteem to a place of good esteem, I need to accept, by the way, this and this and this and this and this are my struggles. So I have this kind of colors, and I need to change, I need to improve, and to become this other person. All right, it's from the place of number one, accepting. Living in denial, whereby I'm not struggling with low self-esteem. It is what will erect some traits like of a bully, because I'm bottling up.
Yeah.
I'm bottling up pressures. I'm bottling up a lot of stuff, meditations, thoughts, nini. So nikilipuka nalipukia watu, nalipukia, you know, because I have not first accepted that. Ni kama nikijipeleka hospitali.
Sure.
Na kwanga nimekubali naumwa na kichwa.
Exactly.
And I have diarrhea and I'm vomiting.
Yeah.
So but then I come to my doctor naked. I am not ashamed of my nakedness to my doctor. So it's from accepting that, by the way, I have this kind of symptoms. It's from there that now the doctor can do what? Can give me the next shape of life.
Yeah.
Can now use his professionalism or her professionalism now to lead me to health, isn't it?
Yeah.
Number two, the place of forgiveness. You see, some of the things that we've not really gone into depth, but we'll do that in a few sessions that are coming soon. So you have to keep it the divulge. Forgiveness. Accepting one, number two, forgiving myself. Naweza kubali, by the way, niko na hii stuff. Lakini we have to come to a place where I have to forgive myself. Also, if I indulged in something that the repercussion was the repercussion lowered my self-esteem.
Yes.
I'm trying to look for an example. Let's say I raped, and from there I have never gained the confidence of I'm worthy. Probably it's like I'm a person who is not a very good character in the society. Some of the people wamefungwa hadi community, si kweli? And there is this mentality society imeshape that you are a thief, and kuna hata mimi mwenyewe sijaji accept. So hata nikitoka community nimemaliza kifungo changu, bado I look at myself with the same old eye. And a community does not just mean the physical place community, it is a community prison. It can be a mental prison, an emotional prison.
Yeah.
So nikisha God akisha nispikia na nina walk towards out of my prison of all that, I need to forgive myself. I am out. I am forgiven. And I need to forgive myself.
Sure.
This was the old me, and this is the new me.
Yeah.
I was a thief, but now I'm not. I was a lazy character, but now I'm not a lazy character. You know, I have to agree. By the ule ni mse wangu wa old na huyu ndo mimi ule mtu mpya. And then the final thing is the place of God. The Bible says in the book of Jeremiah 1:5 that I knew you before you formed your mother's womb, and I appointed you a prophet to the nation. We have the mindset of God concerning you. It says also in the book of Jeremiah, for I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. Plans for good and not for evil. The thoughts of God, the plans of God are plans of good, are genuine plans, are plans of positivity and not negativity. So myself is to align. Manze Edith, if God ananifikirianga poa, then for me, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay having God thinking good about me
Yeah.
and planning good about me.
Exactly.
So for me, I can drop it that way. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Yes, one.
Kesh, like you said, I think positive and negative. Let's just be positive too.
Yes.
And then, can I big up my friends?
Oh yeah. Oh, sure. Big up as we wind up.
Yeah, big up Maureen, niliona ukiwatch hapo. Maureen Babu.
Yes.
Kina Eni, Deke, and my Elsa talent team.
Yes.
Yeah, we are doing a show at the Elsa. Okay, there's much we'll talk about, but
Yes.
I big up Kenyua John, QS Batista, Kenny Kaburu, Wycliffe Modhomi, Kevin Guy, wote hao na teachers wote wakajiondodhi.
Amazing.
Yeah, my mom and dad and my family.
Awesome.
You're amazing.
And thank you everyone who has tuned in today, watching The Divulge this amazing Tuesday. See you next Tuesday, same time, same place, here at Nisi Television. Shalom.
Welcome to Nisi Television, the house of rest. Welcome to Nisi Television, the house